What's going on, everybody? Let me switch this back over. Sorry, I'm still doing some setup stuff here. Hopefully the audio is good. I've been trying to find the sweet spot between... Oh, I didn't want to quit. Yeah, damn it. Been trying to find the sweet spot between game audio and my voice coming through. And it's different with every game. Alright, let's see. Can't remember what I have the audio set to. Alright, so yeah, voice volume we'll leave there. Background music we'll actually crank even lower. Sound effect we'll put there. Actually, maybe we'll do this. Hopefully that'll be loud enough. So I do have a save game. So this is from the last time I tried to do like a marathon. This autosave is from recently when I booted the game up just to test out my settings. But yeah, this was the last time I actually tried to play through the remakes. And I got through 2, and then I got most of the way through 3. I got to this point with Carlos. And I don't know, man, 3 just, especially coming directly off of RE2 Remake, 3 just feels like such a chore to go through. Which is why I'm starting with it on this playthrough. Figure we'll get this out of the way now, and then just have 2 great games to play back to back, both with Leon. Because I've already done a Claire run in RE2 Remake, so I'll do a Leon side B run once we get to RE2. And I think this game ends up being a little shorter, so hopefully can knock it out in a couple days. Because I only plan on playing like maybe 2 to 3 hour sessions, maybe 4 if we're pushing it. But like today, just be a 2-hour session. We'll get as much done as we can in that time. So we're going to start a new game. I got to go grab a drink. But I'll let the cutscene play.
This pandemic has spread faster than any disease in modern history.
Angry mobs roam the city, burning buildings.
Authorities are bracing for more rioting tonight.
Fires burning. There are people being.
He was knocked unconscious. He had severe left.
A citywide emergency has been declared.
The CDC has quarantined the lower Midwestern region of the U.S.
Commitment, honesty, integrity, these are the core values that create the foundation for Umbrella Corps. It's this foundation that will continue to build a brighter future for all of us.
Sorry, wanted to get something a little more comfy. I got this like sweatsuit as a Christmas gift. It's very bright red, but man, is it comfortable. All right, so like on a first playthrough, I'd kind of like look through and examine everything here, but we just want to get moving. I just want to get moving. So while I do think this is the weakest of the remakes, I still think it's a pretty decent game. Like, some of the stuff they do in this is pretty good. Gameplay's fine. It was just a little lackluster after having played 2 Remake. Like, I don't know, man. It just sits in some weird middle ground. Do it. Escape RC.
Gets worse every night. 3 more days, then I can kiss this town goodbye.
Why not just leave now? Jill's report. Yeah, we're not going to read all these. Long hair, don't care. What's this? Message from colleague. Ah, it's from Brad. Mr. Vickers. Jill, you need to do some dishes, girlfriend. This looks like a frat boy's apartment. Ooh, delicious. Flaky bakery. Definitely eating healthy, I see. Yeah, and why is your sink always running? Your water bill must be insane. That's the real Resident Evil. Bills. Hey, what's going on, Noel Kenny? I'm just going to call you Kenny. What's up, man? Welcome. See, you're over on the YouTube side. Since you're over on the YouTube side, if you could drop a like on the stream, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, how you doing? What's going on?
All right, I'm coming. Hello?
Jill, are you okay?
Brad, is that you?
Listen, you gotta get out of there.
What are you talking about?
I don't have time to explain. You gotta get out of there right now.
All right, let me grab my...
Help me, Bradathy. I'm also just not a big fan of the, I don't know, Kanye West trash bag look that Nemesis is going for here. Oh, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for subbing. Yeah, that video did a lot better than I was expecting. I plan on making similar videos for other game genres and franchises that I'm into. Because although, like, I'm obsessed with Resident Evil, that really spawns from, like... My first exposure to it was actually the movies with Mila Jovovich. And then me and a buddy fell in love with Devil May Cry and found out that that was originally a Resident Evil game. And I was like, all right, I got to check out Resident Evil. But horror games have always been a little rough for me.
What the hell?
I scare so easily, which I'm sure you'll see. This one's not as scary, but... Like, the only survival horror games I've really played are the RE remakes, the original Resident Evil 4, RE5, which was actually the first Resident Evil I finished. That was the first Resident Evil I bought, played co-op. And then eventually went back to 4, played that on my GameCube. And I dabbled in 6, but I don't know, 6 didn't really vibe with me. And then Operation Raccoon City, what a Oh my god, dumpster fire of a game. I hate that game. My first Resident Evil was 5 on 360. And yeah, hell yeah, played it with your dad and brother. Yeah, I played the crap out of 5 with my cousin. The game me and my dad played a lot was Gears of War. I made him play that with me. And again, I scare super easily. So that scene where you have the big, are they called berserkers? Yeah, the big berserker creature is like stalking you in the first Gears of War. I remember we're sitting in the living room, we're playing couch co-op. Oh, I gotta run. And like I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor, and that scene happens, and she jump scares me, and I swear I screamed like a little girl, and then I went at least a foot off the ground because I jumped up. Yeah, 360 era was the era that I like got into games. I mean, we always had consoles when I was growing up. I had a PlayStation 1 at my mom's house and an N64 at my dad's. And so like my dad was like the Nintendo guy.
Brad,
You okay?
what was that thing?
And then my stepdad, who is actually who I played Gears of War with, I just call him my dad because he's been in my life for so long.
I'm not sticking around. Just look around you. The longer we wait, the more.
Brad looks like such a little baby. But yeah, so I had Nintendo stuff growing up at my dad's house, and then PlayStation stuff at my mom's. So like I had a PS1, I had a PS2, had an N64, had a GameCube, but I was mostly just playing like. At my dad's, it was whatever he would let me play. He was pretty against the M-rated stuff. And then at my mom's, she would kind of get me whatever, but we didn't have a lot of money to get games all the time. So I mostly just get like pre-owned games, and it was usually just some anime-related thing, dude. Yeah, W-Dad. Any dad that plays games with you like that, they'll do like co-op runs and stuff. That's a cool dad. That's the best dad you could hope for right there. Especially if they're not like genuinely interested in games. Like they're just doing it to hang out with you. That's, yeah. Ow, bro. Am I dead? That was fast. Didn't even have a chance. Alright, so I'm just gonna not be here.
Brad! Here they
Can we
come!
skip this? Brad.
In here!
Yeah, I know, but you leave me all by myself and I'm hurt and slow. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get past these guys. There we go. Yeah, Resident Evil's been a weird journey for me because I got into it in a weird way, not necessarily through the games. My dad was chill and he taught me to play Call of Duty when I was like 6. Nice. Am I on Inferno? No, I'm on normal difficulty.
Know how this ends.
No, I don't.
Are we still a team?
Always.
Then do me a favor. Don't fuck up like I did. Go!
I'm not one of these people that forces myself to play games on harder difficulties unless I find the normal difficulty is legitimately like just boring.
Sorry.
Preferably when it comes to most games, I'd rather they just have like a single balanced difficulty than multiple difficulty settings. So I've always liked Dark Souls and those style games because they tend to just have a single difficulty. Whoop.
Shit.
Oh god. Not bullets. Now there are some games like if I really enjoy a game and I want to get all the achievements, which is really the only time I'll do that, is if I really love a game. Then I will go through and play on the hard difficulty if there's an achievement for it.
Got it.
It's like Gears of War is one of those games where on the original 360 I went through on Insanity.
Stay back! Don't come any closer!
Hey, come on. There's a helicopter waiting to take you to safety.
What safety?
Have you seen how unfair the final boss is on Inferno in this? It
Garage isn't
is
far.
crazy. I feel like the testers... Yeah, dude, this whole game feels like that. Like, don't get me wrong. It's still, I think, a very well put together game, especially in comparison to a lot of other games. But in compared to the other remakes or even just most Resident Evil games, this feels like it was rushed together and just pushed out the door to capitalize on the success of the 2 remake. Because I don't think at the time Capcom had an idea of like the longevity of doing these remakes. Like, you know, I still don't think, people say we're going to get one for 5. I don't see the point in remaking 5. It's still easily accessible. It looks fine. It plays well. I don't think it needs to be remade. It's like, I think they knew they were running out of time to keep the hype up for these remakes, and that's why they forced this one out the door so fast. It also helps that, like, you know, RE2 is also in Raccoon City, so you already have a lot of the assets. So you just dump the assets, build the levels, and... But that's why the game feels so short and disjointed at times. And it like, there's no mechanical evolution from 2 Remake.
Shit.
And then, yeah, having the dodge, like, just, it makes things so trivial most of the time. Pussy! But now I'll have to look up a boss fight on Inferno. Most of the times when I play games, especially if I'm going to review them or something, or make content around them, I just go for the normal difficulty because I just feel like that's the baseline of, like, the developer's intention.
Hey, get in!
I do like stuff, so I've recently gotten into Grim Dawn. It's a game I've had forever, but I've never really played. I have a really bad habit of, like, if I know a game is cool and I've heard a lot of good things about it, if it's on sale on Steam, I'll buy it, and then it just sits in my backlog. So I've been playing that a lot recently. Or not a lot, but a little bit here and there. And that has a cool system where, like, you have a normal and hardcore mode, and, like, hardcore is like any ARPG where you die, your character's gone. But there's also, like, a veteran mode for normal difficulty that just kind of spices up. It's still normal difficulty, but it spices things up in terms of, like, mob density, the types of enemies that are spawning in a mob. It doesn't just, like, make the enemies do more damage and then have more health. Which is the problem I have with most difficulty settings in most games. That's their answer for difficulty. Enemies have more health and do more damage, and you do less damage and have less health. Or, like, some combination of those factors. I'll always appreciate a game where when you up the difficulty, damage and health all stays the same, but they're retooling the mobs. So, like, you know, maybe you had a bunch of just base enemies in an early game encounter, but now in a replay on a harder difficulty, you've got, like, some more elite versions of those enemies spawning. I think Devil May Cry does that really well.
Hey! Fuckface!
I think we might get an RE5 remake because I think... Oh no, I lost the chat. I'm gonna have to pause this for a second so I can get over here to this and dismiss this. They're teasing at the end of RE4R with Wesker. True, yeah. I don't know. I'd rather them take the... Instead of remaking 5... Although I do think there's some benefits that 5 could have gameplay-wise from a remake. Like making your AI companion less of a chore to have around. Kind of like what they did with RE4 Remake, where the AI companion was a lot better. But I'd rather them take those resources and do some cool, like, spin-off game. Like, I played the Pragmata demo, which is a game made by Capcom in the RE engine, and it very much feels like somebody made an RE game, wanted to put it in space with robots, and then somebody else was like, nah, you just make something else then. We're not putting that in RE. Which is how Devil May Cry came about. They were making RE, the combat was so fast-paced. They were like, okay, that's not Resident Evil, you need to go do your own thing. So that's how we ended up with Devil May Cry. And that's kind of what Pragmata feels like. And I would love to see... Because we have a few characters in Resident Evil that have, like, powers. Like Wesker's son, whose name escapes me at the moment. Ethan's daughter. So it'd be really cool to have, like, a spin-off game in the RE engine with faster combat and maybe some other layered combat mechanics as one of these like more super powered characters, whether that's Ethan's daughter or Wesker's kid or having Wesker come back. Yeah, and for RE3R, like thinking of difficulty is let's just speed up the attacks by like 2. Yeah. Yeah, difficulty balance is I know it's hard for devs, but I do think the best option, because like you want to make it accessible for people who suck, right?
Let's get you someplace safe.
But I think your best option is just going with like a baseline difficulty and then giving players the tools to kind of overcome that stuff. Oh yeah, man, I would play a super powered RE game all day, every day. But I still want the like core RE mechanics, like over the shoulder shooting, but I want like just maybe a little bit more of a faster base move speed, a dodge mechanic. Go check out Pragmata. Like, just imagine the gameplay combat from Pragmata, but in an RE game.
Okay.
And like in that game, the stress of the combat, the enemies are move slow, but they hit hard. And the stress from the combat comes from you deal like 0 damage to them on a baseline. But when you're locked onto them, you can do this little hacking mini game, which is very simple on its face. And that allows you to put damage through. So just like imagine that system, but instead of hacking a machine, you're hacking someone's biology.
No thanks.
So like, let's say they do another molded story. Ethan's daughter has some control over the mold. You could do a thing where like the mold entities don't take a lot of damage baseline, but then you use her abilities to kind of like hack their biology and weaken them and open them up for damage.
We're just here to help people.
You could even do it with regular characters like Jill and Chris and all these guys, because I don't know if you've seen any of the CGI RE movies, but I think in at least one of the movies, maybe in more than one, they introduced the idea of like these drones are able to like interfere or hack the viral biology of any of the progenitor viruses. So it'd be really cool to have like that tech added in, that mechanic, kind of speed the combat up. I don't know, there's a lot of I like that they're getting back to this more traditional RE stuff, and I think that's what they need to do with the mainline entries, but I would love to see them get back to doing some spin-off titles where they can be more adventurous with gameplay design and try different things. And maybe make them shorter experiences, like make them 8 to 10 hours long, sell them for like 30 or 40 bucks. I think that'd be really cool. It also keeps Resident Evil like in people's minds in between like mainline games. Never watched any of the movies? Yeah, so like the live action movies have nothing to do with the games really, except for like some characters and names and stuff. They're a guilty pleasure of mine. I think the first one's actually genuinely a good movie, but after that they get kind of ridiculous. But they're just fun. They're stupid fun and I love watching them. And then the CGI movies vary in quality greatly. So like some of them are decent. And my problem with a lot of them is they add a little bit of lore, but they don't add a lot to the overall story. It's more just like, hey, were you wondering what Jill was doing during the events of RE5? Well, here you go. Or, you know, vice versa. Because we see her in RE5, but like RE4. So like, what was Jill up to in RE4? Here you go. What was going on in between these games? That kind of deal.
Well, you can thank your corporate overlords for that.
Yes. Well, we are doing all we can. If we can get this subway train moving, we can evacuate some.
All this guy's talking, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
But we need help. My men cannot do this alone.
All right. I'm in. But I am on their side, not yours.
Oh, hey. It's cool. We all want the same thing.
Thank you, Jill.
All right, Super Cop. Here you go. We can use this to stay in contact.
I know what a radio is.
Okay, first things first. We need to get you geared up. Head up to street level.
The only half
You'll find
decent one
supplies
was the
there.
first, yeah.
All right.
Shit, Captain.
Are you talking about
They really took a
Pineapple? Are you
chunk.
talking about the animated movies or the live action ones? Because honestly, I haven't seen the animated ones in so long. Live action, yeah. The first one was like an actual attempt to kind of like semi-adapt the video game narrative. And then after the first one, they were just like, well, we're just gonna do our own thing. And then like the endings of each movie doesn't, especially towards like the middle and end of that Resident Evil movie series, just don't line up. Wait, did they say I could take stuff? Was there stuff here that I could grab? The second movie jumps the shark so hard at the end. Yeah, yeah, and then they just keep doing that like more and more. Another spin-off I would like is because my favorite genre of games is RPGs, and I would love a Resident Evil RPG, whether it's action-based like this, and then there's just RPG elements, or turn-based, like Parasite Eve. Like if they did a Resident Evil in the style of Parasite Eve, I'd be all on board with that.
Joe, it's me again. You topside yet?
Working on it. So what's the plan?
So excited for RE9. I genuinely think it's gonna be such a fire. It is. It's taking everything they've learned from these remakes and from RE7 and RE8 and just mushing it all together.
Copy that.
Because we're getting a new character who also has ties to the original property with Grace. So you can kind of experience it's good for new people because you'll get to experience the world of RE through a newcomer's eyes, kind of, with Grace. But then for veterans, we get Leon. They're going to have the third and first person gameplay. Oh, do I not have a knife? No, I do have a knife. So we're kind of just getting the best of both worlds when it comes to the new one. Yeah, I know how all this works, thanks. So there's her dodge. I'm trying to remember her dodge move. Like, because you are locked into the animation for a while before you can start moving again. So I'm trying to remember the timing on that. So mixing that all into one is going to be perfect. Yeah, mixing RE7 and RE4 into a single game is going to be amazing. I will probably end up playing it mostly in third person. 7 and 8 never really vibed for me, which is why they're not part of this playthrough. I think if I beat the 3 remakes with enough time left, I'll revisit 7 and 8 and see if I can get into them this time. Because I picked them up on sale a while back. But like, my wife likes horror games, so she played Evil Within 2, and then she wanted something else. So we got RE7 on the PS4 like years ago and tried it out.
It almost looks like I could get this working if I plug
And
in
it just,
the
I don't know, it didn't vibe with her, and I tried it and it didn't really vibe with me, so. Just one of those things. But I do think they're great games. They just, I don't know, something about the first person I just didn't like. Yeah, but the main character, yeah, because Ethan's a fucking wet towel. The dude's a used napkin of a person. Yeah, we'll do a save.
More survivors. We've got to get that train moving.
Yeah, Ethan is a bit of a goofball. I also don't get how they thought the mold thing was going to be a big reveal when they literally reattach your hand. Yeah, I mean, I do know for a lot of people it was kind of a big reveal because they were just like, that's weird that you reattach your hand, but it is Resident Evil and it is a video game, so I guess I'll just ignore that. And then they were like, Ethan's a mold man. I was like, yeah, I mean, at least that explains why he was able to reattach his hand, including the clothing. Oh, God. That's not what I meant to hit. What's the quick turn? You guys stay right there. I need to figure out quick turn. Oh, Q. That makes sense. Q for quick. You guys dead? Ah. You gonna get back up? Yeah, I thought so. Pussy! No, hey. Bad. I was knifing you. That's cheating. Get off of me, man. Stay down, fool. What about you? Huh? You gonna get back up? Didn't think so. Alright, so we got those guys over there. What's in here? That's locked. Can't get in there. Yeah, the clothing, man. Because it cuts his arm off like right here, and so the sleeve of his jacket also reattaches.
Carlos, I've reached the main avenue. Which way do I go?
See a big transmission tower? That's the substation. You'll have to circle around through an alley to your right to get there.
You mean the alley that's on fire?
Maybe. Surely a tall drink of water like yourself can put out a few flames.
Fuck you.
Now, as much as I love the RE franchise because it's so over the top and crazy, and like the game narrative, although is a lot better than the movies, is just as crazy and over the top. Can I get that? No? Okay. I honestly don't remember. Oh, that's right. They moved the things. Okay. Yeah, although I love Resident Evil, my favorite survival horror game of all time is Dead Space 2. I've actually never played the first one, but I love me Dead Space 2. Alright, so we're gonna bait you up here. Come get me, lady. I'm gonna bob and weave this way. And then I'm gonna bob and weave on yo ass. And then I'm gonna bob and weave on yo ass. Got me a fancy box. Some more green herbs. Examine the fancy box. Oh, does it just open? Look at that. I got a fancy red jewel now. Alright, we can put this stuff in here. We'll hang on to the gunpowder. Dead Space 1 was amazing. First time play. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, because Dead Space 1 had a lot of backtracking, which is why I preferred Dead Space 2, because you were always getting into a new area. Like, they had backtracking a little bit, but it wasn't to the point of, like, in Dead Space 1. Because although I've never beat Dead Space 1, I've played it a little bit between the original and the remake. Because after I played 2, I loved it so much, I wanted to go back and play 1, but I don't know, it just didn't vibe with me as much. I didn't like how confined the Ishimura felt versus the space station you're on in 2, which I cannot remember the name of right now. I keep wanting to call it the Talos space station, but that's a... Whoa! Hello. That's a different game. That's Prey. I see you over there, trying to sneak up on me, sir. What do we got over here? My memory is also really bad, so I don't remember any of this game or really much of 2. I remember some of the puzzles. But 2 I've actually played through, I want to say twice now, maybe 3 times, and still struggle to remember where everything is and what order to do things in. Oh yeah, this is for something. 937. I gotta remember that. It's for like a safe or something. Let's just take those guys out. Stay dead, bitch. Two is also just a better game all around. Yeah, gameplay-wise, too. Now, I've heard the remake of 1 is actually really good, because they've added to the level design, so you're not backtracking as much. So it just feels more like 2 in design, like level design wise, gameplay. Because although you had the 0G sections in 1, it wasn't like in 2 where you had the full freedom of movement. Oh, I bet you this is that safe. Okay, so 937. So it was 9 to the left. Whoops. 9, 3, 7? No, that didn't work. The safe code is perfect. Nobody. Okay, no, that should be the code. Okay, maybe it's because I screwed up initially. Nine, 3, 7. Let's go. So those we can probably put somewhere. We're fine. Everything's fine. You dead? Huh? You gonna try to get back up on me? No. You stay down. Good. Gotta poke him and just make sure. Hello. Let me go back this way. Oh, the red dot makes things so much nicer. Stab in the face. Stab in the face. You always want to go for the face stab. Sweet. So that's obviously what we need for the fire. It's an employee memo. Well, actually, hold on. Was that important? Ah. I can't combine that right now. Stop it. Can't grab that right now. Okay, so I need the cutters for that. All right, so this is going to be an area that we have to come back to.
This must be the subway company's offices. Huh. Nothing.
I think you have to interact with stuff to get it to pop up on the map, though. Yeah, dot sight, it literally changes how you do combat, because it like insta-locks your aim. It makes your aim perfect almost every time. And I love how early they give it to you. Alright, so now we need to go back to the fire alley. Oh, look who woke up. Did you have a nice nap? You gonna try and get back up on me? Now you're not. What about you, bud? I didn't think so. What about you? Oh wait, this isn't it. Where's the fire alley? Where's that alley that was made out of fire? Is it back this way? No, but here's some ammo. I'll take that. I'm already turned around. Fire alley sounds like a good bar name. It does. Or a band name. Or what I call my butthole after Taco Bell. Oh, you know what? It's further back, further back. I gotta go back to the other zone. That's right. I remember now. Because this game is in sections. I remember going through that cafe quite a bit because stupid McDum-Dum Nemesis Trash Bag Man chases you through there. In fact, I don't want this area filled with zombies when we come back through. It would just make my life a lot easier if y'all were gone. No. Ah, you're back up. Welcome back. Okay. I did not check up here. Yeah. Okay. Gunpowder. Oh yeah, now we got a shortcut, baby. And so that shortcut, I think, takes us back to Fire Alley, if I'm not mistaken. Ah, and this is where the safe is. Okay, so we have a couple different... We have another way we can get over to that section without having to run through this main area. Because normally when Nemi was chasing me, I just run through here and go through the donut shop. But we can also take the side steps. And we've got that ladder now, too. For a quick escape. Because, yeah, it drops us right there. Right.
There.
Oh, yeah, Jill knows how to make it wet. Alright, there's my bolt cutters. Oh, I got another save location.
Is someone in here?
Okay. Let's go ahead and stash. No, we'll store the gunpowder. I think I'd rather just keep the herbs. Gives us 2 slots. We'll keep 1 herb. I think we'll be alright. We'll be alright.
Your UBCS?
Yeah, careful, careful. Come on, don't look at me like that, all right? I'm not infected. No, wait, please!
What the fuck?
He was infected.
He might have been infected.
Oh, stars, this soft. No wonder so many of you dead.
And what
I'm wondering how much action there will be in Leon's story in RE9. I'm wondering if it will be close to RE4 or close to RE6. I think it's going to be more in line with RE4 Remake. As far as like gameplay and action wise, with maybe some fresh mechanics in there.
Like you getting in the way.
Probably an advancement of like that counter system that they had in RE4 Remake where you could like parry stuff with the knife. I'm sure we'll see some sort of advancement of that feature because that was really well received. I really like that. But yeah, I think you're going to see pretty much what you saw from Leon in RE4 Remake, and then as far as Claire goes, I think her gameplay is going to be closer to what you are familiar with in like 7. Because even 8 was a little more action focused. That was like the first person version of RE4. It was like a little homage to RE4. It was a little heavier on the combat. You little bitch dog. I don't think these guys get back up, do they? No. Oh, the cloud on my webcam, yeah. Yeah, I try not to vape too much when I'm streaming. I've usually got nicotine pouches, some Zins instead. But especially with RE, sometimes just you need to take the edge off, you know? I always want to check the trunks. I feel like there should always be something in the trunks. Aha! Alright, I do remember that there should be like a Nemi chase sequence coming soon, because I remember him following me through this freaking alleyway. I'm wondering if maybe I should go back, because I have the bolt cutters now. Oh, because then I can get the shotgun. Imagine we get to drive around the streets of Raccoon City in Leon's brand new Porsche. I don't imagine you'd get very far with all the debris and rubble from when it got freaking thermobombed. Yeah, I had a lot of people in the comments of my video trying to debate me about how RE9 is doing away with canon and it's a terrible game and Capcom is garbage and you should protest by not buying the game. And when I ask what their problem is, they're like, well, RE1, Raccoon City should be a crater. It shouldn't even be there. And I had to try and explain, like, yeah, that was back when they weren't sure they were going to make more of these games. And it was very, like, 80s B action movie style for that game. So they did a very over-the-top thing and cratered the city, even though in reality, that's not how that would work. Especially a thermobaric load. So, like, a thermobaric detonation, it doesn't even impact the ground. So they wouldn't leave a crater. They are actually detonated in the air. And then it just, like, sucks all the oxygen out of the environment to combust the fuel and cause the explosion. So, like, yeah, it'll wreck buildings and destroy shit, but it's not going to crater a city. I mean, even the most powerful nuclear weapon we have wouldn't do that. It wouldn't crater an entire city. People forget they didn't have any idea the games would continue or be... Yeah, like, they thought Resident Evil 1 was going to be it. And then it was so popular, and they did 2, and it just kept getting more and more popular. So, yeah, it's one of those things where, like, especially with these older franchises, things have to get changed. And I'm okay with a change if it makes sense, because like I said, realistically, you would not crater a city. Which is not how those weapons work. It was just a goofy, over-the-top thing to do in the game at the time. We're getting ads in a minute. I really wish these alerts would stop coming up. So annoying. Thought of the entire story since the beginning and now it works, but and also the games are... Yeah, different directors too have a huge... Oh yeah, you're on YouTube, huh? Yeah, Twitch ads are annoying. And like I even have it set up where it's only supposed to do like one ad every 30 minutes to an hour or something like that. But like you have to have, like, once you get affiliate status, you have to have them on in some way, shape, or form. There's no way to like just not have it. That's why I also stream to YouTube. I just feel like it's a better experience for most people. What up, Jimby? I know it's been a while, man. It was called Resident Evil and not Resident Evil 1 for a reason. Yeah, 100%. All right, I got to hit the head again. I was going to use the excuse of like, oh, well, there's an ad break playing. I'll go to the bathroom, but I forgot I've got people on YouTube watching. But yeah, I'll be right back. I got to go to potty. These monsters just, they go right through me. Just woke up, kind of. Nice. Back on the topic of spin-off games, though, because I was thinking, because Gears of War was kind of inspired by RE4, and I really like Gears of War. It's just a little lighter on the survival horror aspects of it. Gears of War did Gears of War Tactics, which was like a tactical... I was going to say role-playing game, but it doesn't really have that many RPG features, but I would love a tactical Resident Evil game in the style of Gears of War Tactics. I think that'd be sick. Wait, can I bolt cutter these? Or these need a key, right? Bolt cutter. Use. No, okay, yeah, they need a key. There's nothing in here that could be bolt cuttered, right? That was done by the XCOM folks, right? I think so. I think it was the same dev who did XCOM, Enemy Unknown, Enemy Within, and XCOM 2. Which I've dabbled in XCOM 2, but I've never actually completed a run. Games like that, I typically don't really ever complete the run. I just have fun while I can and eventually get bored. Another one that's similar to that in the Warhammer universe, Warhammer Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, which is an old game that got kind of like a remake / reimagining. And I've put hundreds of hours into that game and never seen the end of a run. I always end up just starting new runs or whatever. Especially in that game, because a lot of times in that game you can see the writing on the wall, like, oh yeah, I'm screwed. I need to just start over. I don't think there was anything in here that we could... No. Looking for things I can bolt cut. Yeah, Gears of War Tactics was sick. I love that game. It actually did a good job of expanding on the lore too. Like, it's almost one of those things of like, if you're a Gears of War fan because of the lore and the story and stuff, I would highly recommend checking out Tactics. Because it does just expand on so much. Especially when it comes to like 5. Because 5's where the narrative kind of starts to shift to, well, I guess it's more, it starts to shift in 4, but 5's where they do the full shift over to, what's-her-face. Because, like, JD is kind of the main guy in 4, but then we get introduced to what's-her-face, and she quickly becomes, like, the centerpiece because of her relationship to Queen Mira, or whatever the hell the queen's name of the Locust was. But 2 was always a pain depending on how badly... Yeah, see, that's like... Chaos Gate's the same way, where like if your run goes bad, you might as well just pack up shop and start over again. But I feel like a lot of those games are like that. Like, you can get to a point where like you see the writing on the wall, and you're like, okay. Maybe just start another run. So we actually have shotgun shells now. Like I want to bring this grenade, but at the same time, meh. We'll bring it. I'll find an excuse to use it if I need inventory space. Like, look at that shit, man. What the hell? What's up, bitch? Oh! Ooh, you ain't got no head no more. No, just stay down. Just stay dead. Stop getting back up. Now this guy wants to come play. Alright. See what we got in our lockers here. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're about to get chased by Nemesis. Yeah, get the stabbing, baby. I can't do anything with that. Activate the 4 breakers. Oh yeah, here we go. That's what I need. That's what Papa needs. Alright, so I think I had some gunpowder. Yep. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab that gunpowder. Been listening to more game soundtracks. Dude, have you listened to I still haven't played the full game yet, but the Claire Obscure, the Expedition 33 Claire Obscure soundtrack is such a freaking banger, dude. Yeah, there are some games where, like, I don't know, I don't really weigh the soundtrack into whether or not I buy the game, but it can, like, really, a good soundtrack can really elevate an experience. But there are some games where I'd prefer there just be no music. Like, with Resident Evil, I tend to turn the music down pretty low, if not off altogether. And then the Doom soundtrack obviously is really good. Oh, man, I can't remember the name of the game, but there's a new sci-fi game coming out that looks really good, and Mick Gordon is doing the soundtrack. I'll have to look it up. Can I not interact with this? Oh, that's right. We have to go through this nonsense area first. Okay. Oh, right. Let's go ahead and combine these. And then... Green mag. We probably want to actually just keep those separated. Defect. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Defect sounds right. I don't think they changed the name, but maybe they did.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I can't pick that up. Maybe I do need to just combine these. Yeah, defect, yeah. Okay, I was going to say, that sounds correct. Alright, so we got our lock picks. I know these little bug bastards like to hang out on the ceiling. Alright, we're full on handgun ammo. Reloaded. Let's go drop some stuff off. I actually might do some backtracking before we go back into there, because we got the lock picks now, so we can really gear up and prepare ourselves here. So let's go ahead and store that. We will store that. Keep that out. Oh, is it wishlistable on Steam already? I think the last time I looked at it, it wasn't up on Steam just yet. Yeah, I've heard the Chronos soundtrack. That's a game I do want to check out. I've heard that's a really good survival horror style game. Chronos: The New Dawn. Not really worried about health right now since we're just backtracking. I don't think we'll come across anything super imposing. And this will let us get a little more refamiliarized with Raccoon City layout for when we do get chased by Nemesis. PC, it's good. Yeah, I was waiting a little bit on it because early reviews were kind of mixed. One, because performance, I think, wasn't that great, for one, and then... two, there was just like some gameplay stuff I wanted to see them refine and fix up a little bit. I did watch a story analysis on that though, so I do know the story of Chronos. Like I know the big twists and all that, but for me, it's one of those things where like I don't think a spoiler can necessarily ruin a game or a movie for me. Would I prefer things not get spoiled? Yes. Especially if I want to experience it myself for the first time. But that being said, I think if a spoiler happens, if your story's really good, it shouldn't matter. There's so many things that like, yeah, when I watched it for the first time, it blew my mind, but I still watch it like repeatedly because it's just a good narrative and a good story, and it makes me feel good inside when I watch it. Like Star Wars. The original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. I've got nostalgia for both because I grew up watching the OGs with my pops, and then my dad, my stepdad, he actually pulled us out of school because he's a huge Star Trek and Star Wars fan. He's more of a Trekkie, but he pulled us out of school to go see the prequel movies when those came out. Yeah, like thinking back, you know, you have a lot of bad stuff that happens to you as a kid, or at least some people do. I definitely did. Definitely have a lot of unfond memories as a child, but I had great parents. I had a pretty good childhood growing up. They did their best. They tried to take me out and have me enjoy stuff, see the world, see what I can. I've never traveled out of the country, but you know, they did what they could. I had good parents. I think about some of the stuff they did where it was clearly like, it was for me. They were doing it for me. The Star Wars thing was definitely for both of us. He wanted to go see that too. It was funny because he pulled my sisters out. Like I was already pretty young when that came out. I think I was like 8 or 9. And then he pulled my sisters out of school too to go see it with us, but they were even younger than I was, man. They passed out. I stayed up and watched the whole thing. I think that was the first time I'd held my pee through an entire movie. Yeah, I know a lot of people were complaining about like some of the resource management for Chronos and the way the melee system functioned, but I don't know. Seems fine to me. Wait, what did I get out of that chest? Was it just shotgun ammo? Yeah, it was. It was just shotgun ammo. So we got 15 shotgun shells. We are fully stocked on pistole rounds. I think we're in a pretty good spot. I think there's another locker in here that I can go get to. Good. Stay dead. Nice, dude. Your mom and dad's first date with Star Wars. That's so cool. Nerd parents. Nerd alert. And I can't remember if there was anything back here to lockpick. Hello. Yeah, dude, just die. Aha. Yeah, Doctor Who. That's how you know your parents are true nerds, if they watch Doctor Who. That is the nerdiest shit. I'm honestly surprised my parents didn't watch Doctor Who, at least my mom, because my mom loves British TV. And my stepdad loves sci-fi. Mega Man! Arthur Special Edition. I love these poster arts. These are so good. Like, I'd buy that game. I'd play that card game. I'd get a booster box. Okay, so there's still stuff I haven't found here apparently. Because this area is still red. Nothing in here. Get the stabbing. Welcome to the stabbing cabin. Okay, so now we're back at the subway station, which I'm pretty sure there was a box I could lockpick in here. There it is. That was before it was even cool, yeah. Oh yeah, that's that little thing I haven't just figured out yet. I don't know what I need for this. Something. Kypro's Railway. Collaborative grand opening. Is it the Jemmies? Oh, it's the little Jemmies. Hey, look at me figuring stuff out. Where's my safety box? There it is. Let me get these other Jimmy Jams. Take that. You can go back in. Here's a red gem. Oh shit, yeah. Tactical stock for the shotgun. Let's go, baby. Sexual. Just found a game called Dead Format. Huh. Does it look cool? Is it good? Has anybody checked out Violet Protocol or whatever it's called? Violet something? Purple Violet Protocol? It's a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis. It looks ridiculous. It's got real bad reviews. Okay, so that's all good. We're all good there. You've been watching that game from afar, to be honest, the Dino one. Yeah. It's like, it's supposed to be like Dino Crisis, which is basically Resident Evil but with dinosaurs. Which I've never played those, but they play just like Resident Evil. Just instead of zombies, it's dinos. But it does look like a bit of a goon, a little bit of a goon sesh game. But hey, that don't bother me if the gameplay's good. I think we got everything. And those are my thoughts as well. It looks kind of bad. Yeah. Yeah, I heard somebody mention it, and they were like, yeah, it's a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis, and it's an indie game. I was like, man, there's been some really impressive survival horror games coming out of indie studios that I've been really excited for. I did the demo for Holston. That's one I'm really looking forward to. Ground Zero is one I'll be playing the demo for, which I'm also looking forward to. So I was like, man, I'm down for an indie survival horror. Indie survival horrors have been crushing it recently. But this one did not look good. Oh, you were a big Dino Crisis enjoyer, Jimby. Okay. Yeah, I had some friends who played it when I was growing up. Like I said, I wasn't really like allowed to play that stuff. And even when I was over at my friend's house, like I was too scared to play it. So I would just watch them play it. Or like a lot of times it was actually like an older brother. Like a buddy's older brother was playing it or something. All right, now we can go in here with the utmost confidence. Got so many resources. We're so good. You're on the Twitch side. We got an ad incoming in 5 minutes. Oh. I hate that. I hate that so much.
Get it out! Fucking gross.
Isn't it gross? Alright, so they come out of these little wall sphincters. You gotta watch the wall buttholes. Really, you just gotta listen to your audio cues, is all it is. Heard you. I heard you. You pussy? Ah! You bitch.
Here we go.
Oh, you fucker. Two of them? Really? Fuck you. I really dislike this mission. I hate bugs. I hate everything about what is happening here. I think that's always been the most terrifying thing of the Alien movies, honestly, is the face huggers. Like, I can deal with everything else. The xenomorph don't scare me. It's the face huggers that scare me. Ow. So can I, like, leave this location completely and then grab some health kits and come back? Oh, you fuck. Thought you were on the ceiling. So before we go in there, okay, no, that was a dead end. I couldn't remember. I was just down there 2 seconds ago. Could not remember. Alright, So one more of these stupid things, and then we're good to go. Hello? Are you there, God? It's me, Jill. Alright, there's a wall sphincter. I see you, goober. Oh, fucking shit. Son. It's Jill's house. Oh, you fuck. I knew I heard one.
Done. Time to get the hell out of here. Come on!
I know there's one behind me. Alright. Now we book it. That's a dead end. We want to go this way. Keep an eye on the ceilings. Keep an eye on our corners. You tried it, son, but you're dead now. Cannot let that stand. I could have saved myself a bullet, but, you know. I must punish those who trespass against me. That's what Jesus said.
Okay. All that leaves is the main power switch. Enjoy that.
Hell yeah. Zip zap. Zippity zap zap. Suck it. So now, out of curiosity, having done that, does that change the interior of in here? No more bugs? Can I just freely roam around and look at stuff? With all the lights on? Nope. Bugs, bugs, bugs. Out. Bugs. Fuckers. Fine. You guys can have this area. I was just curious. Rude. Actually, you know what? I think I have a plant I can combine that with. And then we'll take a first aid spray. Why not? Well, no, I guess we don't really have room for all that, do we? Oh, well, I need to use something because I'm hurt. So let me, yeah, first aid spray. I try and save the herb combos because they do different things. Like a red and green herb, I think, gives you more resistance or something. So we're done with that? All right. I already saved. Okay. Because now I'm pretty sure we get Nemi.
Carlos, it's Jill. I've restored power to the subway.
Nice going. Next up is the traffic control system. It should be in the subway company's offices.
Right. I think I know the building.
Really? Way to go, partner. One step ahead.
Not your partner.
No Nemi? I definitely thought Nemesis burst through the door right here. Or no, is it on the street? Yeah, I think he comes through on the street. Yep.
Are you shitting me?
And we have to use these to slow him down. Oh god, he's so fast. No. No, 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 no. Ah. Ah.
Carlos! That thing is still alive! It's after me!
What? Run! Come back to the station!
Not until I get traffic control online.
Well, I turned around to use that thing, and the game said, nah, just kidding. He's going to full-blown crazy person sprint at you. Ah! He knew my shortcut! Ah, you punk-ass bitch. Oh, God. He's so fast. Hurry, Jill. He's faster than we can ever hope to be. Oh, God. He's like Usain Bolt in the Flash had a baby. Oh, fuck. I didn't even see you guys. Alright, that was rude. Super rude.
Okay, back again.
Fuck.
Carlos, I'm in the control room. Now what?
Nice. Now you gotta plot out a route.
Okay, give me a sec. All right, where are we headed?
The train is stopped at Redstone Street. We
Okay.
need to reach Fox Park Station.
Okay.
Can you program that in?
Hey, I'm Super Cop. Consider it done.
I think I can. So we're at Redstone and we need to get to Fox Park. So we'll go to Faust. No, we can't go to Raccoon City Central. Because it's all blocked off. No, I guess maybe there is a way over, it looks like. I don't know, I'm going to St. Michael's.
Unable to establish route. Please, try again.
Okay. Well, let's take a look at this here. Open, closed, selected station. Okay.
Please enter a route.
You're sure I can't do this? And I can't change the oh, I see. Here we go. Okay, so we need Faust 2. Raccoon 2. Oh, it goes up to 3, 4. Oh, man, look at that. Okay, so we go Faust 2 to Raccoon 3 and then to SA 2. Okay.
What did he say? Redstone Street to Fox Park.
Raccoon 3 to St. Michael's, SA 2.
What did he say? Redstone Street to Fox Park.
SA 2. and then over to FO1.
What did he say?
Okay.
Redstone Street to Fox Park.
Valid route confirmed.
Carlos, it's me. I finished inputting the subway route.
Chill, you are amazing. Tough as nails, too. Hurry back to the station. We'll make sure the subway's ready to depart.
Alright, I'm sure we're gonna have to deal with more Nemesis. I think there's a safe room here, though. No? Dang, I thought there was a safety box in here. 'Cause I need to grab some more health items. Man, those things can eat some bullets. Holy crap. Okay, which way do I... So we got two glowy head guys over there, just the one guy over there. Oh no, I still think this will be the better way to go. Okay. Where am I trying to go again? Return to the subway station. Okay. Gotcha. There's big dickhead. There's big dickhead. There's big dickhead. No sirree, Bob. Suck it. Y'all can suck it. I'm so good. Okay. Should I have the other gem by now? I feel like I should have the other gem by now. Like maybe I missed something. So there's some ammo I didn't get there. Oh no, I got most everything except for whatever's in this street here, but I'm guessing it's just some random items. Can't be anything that important. What we get? Moderator for the handgun. Custom part for the G's. Okay. Let's go.
Nice job, Super Cop. I'm impressed.
We back in business?
Yeah, mostly. But we need 30 to 40 minutes to finish maintenance. Nikolai, How are we doing?
The town's crawling with those freaks. No chance of fighting our way out of the city. Why is she here?
She's helping get the trains running again.
Bad time to start carrying dead weight, friend. She's unreliable. Can't pull the trigger when it counts.
Hey, take it easy.
She'll get you killed.
Sorry about that. Everyone's a little worked up. Oh, come on. Not again.
It's me he's after.
Hey.
I'll buy you some time.
Hey, wait! Wait, Jill! No! Damn it!
Come on, you creepy-ass stalker! You want...
Oh, you bitch. More of a warning would be nice before I'm about to get, like, my skull caved in. Oh my god, dude. Like an audio cue, anything would be super cool. Oh, come on, he's coming. Couldn't he just grab her with his tentacle arms? Yay, stinky fucking sewers. Let's go. Every Resident Evil game must lead into a sewer. As is tradition.
Carlos, do you copy? Carlos! Oh, shit. Oh, I need to find another way out.
I'm gonna go check that room real quick because I feel like that's a save room. Man, he did a number on me, son. He messed me up real good.
A map of the area.
Thank you. All right. Well, and this is actually going to be a good place to stop. So I'm going to cut it short just a little bit today. But typically we'll be going for 2 hours plus. It's just, this is a good stopping point and I'm really hungry, so I want to go eat. So I'm going to go do that and I will catch you guys back here tomorrow for more Resident Evil. And I may be back on later tonight. I don't know if it'll be with more RE3 or if we'll be playing something else, but we'll see. I'll keep you guys posted. The Twitch schedule is always the best place to get up-to-date stream information. But for random streams, I'll usually announce that through a YouTube post, and I try and do Twitter. I hate that website, so I don't use it that often. But yeah, just subscribe on YouTube. I'll post something there in the community section if I do end up going live tonight, or if I go live during any sort of like unscheduled stream. And also try and post content there. And then Discord too. If you guys want to join the Discord, I have a link on the YouTube channel and on Twitch that should let you in. Sometimes it doesn't work, so if it doesn't work, just let me know and I'll try and fix it. But yeah, those are the best places to stay up to date as to when I'll be live, is just on YouTube. I'll post something if I do a random stream there, or on Discord. Otherwise, just go to my Twitch, check the schedule. That's what I'll be doing that week. I try and update it every week, so I should actually have the schedule for next week will be up either tonight or tomorrow. So, but it's going to be a lot of Resident Evil until RE9 comes out, and then probably even more Resident Evil after that. But I'm trying to mix in some other stuff. I've been checking out a lot of gameplay demos, been doing videos on those. I might try and work in some ARPG streams because I've been playing a lot more like Last Epoch, Grim Dawn, Path of Exile 2. I even reinstalled Diablo 2, Resurrected, and Diablo 4 because I have a video idea that I'm kind of toying around with some of the ARPGs. But yeah, so live stream wise, mostly going to be Resident Evil and probably some ARPGs here and there. And then video wise, you can expect a big variety of things. Yeah, I like all kinds of games, but RPGs are my favorite, and that's kind of my jam. So I'm going to be doing a lot of RPG content going forward once we get out of like the Resident Evil hype train. But anyways, thanks for hanging out. Nice meeting all you new people. Hopefully I'll be able to meet some more of you, and I'll get a better stream schedule going so we can all hang out more, talk Resident Evil, talk games. It's always fun. But until then, I will see you guys in the next video, on the next stream, or the next